Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see Viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Today this smooth death adder has decided to make herself visible and crawl out of her hole, probably because she's expecting food and hasn't received it yet. So let's see if we can say hello to her in a safe way. This is a smooth death adder found in Papua New Guinea, Acanthopus laevis. She was captive born and bred here. She's a 2016 baby, and her date of birth was June 5th, 2016. She's an adult now and breedable. However, I don't any longer have a male that I can breed her to. The only male I had left at the time was her father, and I generally don't like to, actually I think it was her grandfather, but I don't like to interbreed like that, and there hasn't been any shipments from Indonesia in quite some time here in the U.S. So she and her sister, the cage above her, are yet unbred. Now these are highly neurotoxic snakes. They're landmines in Papua New Guinea. People don't see them in the litter, step on them, get bit, and end up with your classic neurotoxicity, which is quickly reversed by antivenin if you get it in time. But the people in Papua New Guinea have trouble getting proper antivenin. Their hospital system is very poor. At least this is not like the taipan, which has 4 major neurotoxic components. The death adders only have 2 pre and postsynaptic neurotoxins, whereas taipans have those 2 plus hemorrhagins and myotoxins. As you can see, she's quite beautiful, has beautiful facial markings, and usually she's, in her hut or deep in her substrate, but today she's decided to make an appearance. I will feed her later today. This is about the size they get, although her mother was the largest that I've ever seen, probably maybe a foot longer than that, and big and heavy bodied, unlike your typical death adders, which are basically 24 inch landmines. The mother was a huge snake, certainly could deliver a lot of highly potent neurotoxic venom. The interesting thing about death adders is their fangs are very long and they actually fold. They're mobile on their front of the mandible, unlike your typical water cobra, which has elapids, have fixed fangs. These are actually mobile and can, I know people who have been bitten by them, and they have this very bad habit of walking their fangs across your hand or finger and puncturing it multiple times, injecting more venom as they go. So these are smooth death adders from Papua New Guinea, and at this point we'll close this up and move on because I have lots of other territory to cover here at the lair. You can see that little eye shift in there.
Yep.
Alright, time to feed the Angolan garter snake. Now, I've seen him poke his nose up a few times. He just shed, as you can see. He comes up out of the substrate, usually, to take this right from the forceps, but sometimes you never know where he is, and you sort of have to wake him up to see if you can get him to come up and visit. I don't like to stick the... Oh, there he is! Hello, dude. No, you dumbass! Oh. There you go. Okay, well, I'm going to hold the gecko, otherwise he's going to disappear. These are lapids. These are from Africa. There's several species in the genera. I've kept 2. This is semi-annulata, which means half-ringed. These are lapids. Not much is known about their venom, so we never underestimate the power of venom here at the lair. Subsequently, although I've seen people free-handle these, I'm not going to do so because you never know what will happen, and you could certainly get sensitized to any of the snake proteins that way. So we'll just let him drag his quarry in the ground like a good sandworm, and I'll extract the remainder of his shed, and maybe he'll start to eat it, and you can watch him walk it down. But I'm not sure how long Lori can hold the camera up there. I might have to take over. You might be also weirded out by the camera.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm not moving because there's this big thing looking at me. He's a crafty little fellow. He managed to squeeze out from the tub that he was in and was free in the snake room for a while. We caught him on a glue trap and got him off the glue trap using olive oil so it didn't hurt him, and then we washed him off. And believe me, holding a lapid when your fingers are all full of olive oil, as well as the snake, which is a smooth-scaled snake, it's no joyous a moment because that head is very mobile, it's slippery. But we got him off the glue trap, and I put him in this cage, which I call my Hannibal Lecter setup, because unless I leave the door open, he's not getting out, unlike the tub. As I've said many times, cracks as small as 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters, these guys can squeeze flat and get out. At this point, I don't think he's going to eat in front of us, so I'm just going to move the gecko carcass inside and shut the door. There he goes, he's pulling it down. Get the gecko foot in there. And while his mouth is full, I will pull out his water dish and we'll replace that in just a minute. Here's the female Angolan garter snake is in here, but she's very shy. And yes, I learned from that experience where the male got free. I immediately moved her over into the Hannibal Lecter cage. She very seldom uses her log to hide under. Usually she's under her water dish, but I'm not going to disturb her. I'm just going to leave the fuzzy mouse right here, and when she smells it, she can come up and eat it if she wishes. But you know, I keep telling people snakes don't like to be disturbed and handled, and you know, they're cage cleaned once a week sort of a deal. It just stresses the snake out, and certainly with hospitals full of COVID as well as the emergency rooms swamped, you don't want to take a bite. So we do very minimalistic things with our snakes until this fourth wave dies down.